the spiritual master. 4. To blaspheme the Vedic scriptures or scriptures in pursuance to the Vedic version. 5. To consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be an imagination. 6. To give some interpretation to the holy name of the Lord. 7. To commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name. 8. To consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in Vedas as fruitive activity Karma Kanda. 9. To instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. 10. To not to have a complete faith in chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachment even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to achieve the desired success of Krishna Prema. Once again, I thank everyone for joining today's Bhakti Sanga conference call. Let us move on to our next session, of which is Srimad Bhagavatam class. Before that, may I know who all joined this morning?
हरे कृष्ण विनीता गंधर्व माता जी दंडवत प्रणाम श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय गुरु महाराज की जय प्रीतिदासी from Charlotte. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Preeti Mataji, Dhanavad Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your association every single day. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Sri Guru and Gauranga and all the assembled devotees. This is Yashamati Priya Devi Dasi from Cincinnati.
Oh, Hare Krishna, Yashimati Mataji, Dhanavad Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your association. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanavad Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and the assembled devotees. This is Revati from Atlanta Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Revati Mataji, Dhanavad Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Nice to hear your sweet voice this early morning, Mataji. Welcome to the call. Is there anybody?
विनीता गंधर्विका माता जी दंडवत प्रणाम श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय गुरु महाराज की जय. This is Suabari Devidasi from Charlotte.
Hare Krishna, Shamagauri Mataji, Dhanavad Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your association. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna Vinita Gandharvika Mata Ji Dhanvat Pranam to you and all Vaishnava. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev ki chanting down.
Hare Krishna, Vrinda Gopika Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining and giving your association early morning, mid morning. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Nita Gandharva Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vardhana from Atlanta Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Vardhana Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and early morning for chanting also. Welcome to the call, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and all the assembled devotees. This is Indulekha Karna Devi Dasi from Lincoln. Thank you so much, Mataji, for taking up this service.
Hare Krishna, Indulekha Karuna Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining and giving your association every single day for all the calls and all glories to your wonderful services. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances unto you and all of the devotees, our Lord Chaitanya. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. This is Ekaradika Lila Devidasi.
Hare Krishna, Ekaradika Lila Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining every day, chatting so beautifully. Welcome to the call.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Valli from Naperville, Chicago. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Valli Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining every day. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna. Happy Ekadasi to everyone, Mataji. Today is Sunday.
Mataji, Ekadasi is tomorrow.
Tomorrow for us?
Can you please
Okay.
check can you please check your local temple calendar?
Oh, okay. Okay, sure, Mataji. I thought that it's today.
It's tomorrow for us, yeah. Maybe the Tithi is today, but no, fasting is not recommended, something like that. That's why you got confused, yeah.
Yeah, in some places it is today, I think. Mataji.
Today also, yeah.
Yeah, in some.
Okay, you have for Atlanta when, Mataji?
Atlanta is tomorrow, but Virginia, it is today, I think. Please check your calendar.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Matsui.
saying. Please check
Yeah.
your temple calendar so you will know. Houston has it tomorrow celebration, so for me it's tomorrow. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Okay,
Krishna.
Mataji.
Is there anybody who would like to introduce? Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome to Bhakti Sanga conference call. Today we are very fortunate to have His Grace Baladev Prabhu to enlighten us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, 4th chapter, 43 verse. Before I hand over the call to Baladev Prabhu, I request Balabhadra Kripa Prabhu to take over from here and give a brief introduction of today's speaker. Hare Krishna, Balabhadra Kripa Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Nice to see you, Prabhu. Welcome to the call. Over to you.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanva Pranam to you and all the assembled devotees, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, Shri Guru and Gauranga. Yes, today is a little confusing with Ekadashi because some temples are one date and some temples are tomorrow. So whoever has Ekadashi today, happy Ekadashi. So His Grace Baladev Prabhuji is a senior brahmachari at Sri Sri Radha Gopinath Temple, ISKCON Chopati. Prabhuji is a disciple of His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. He was born in a devotee family. Academically, Prabhuji has a bachelor's in degrees in physics. He worked for some time before dedicating his life full-time in service of Srila Prabhupada's mission. Prabhuji is spearheading the preaching initiatives for ISKCON Youth Services that trains thousands of young students in the science of Krishna consciousness. He is also involved in innumerable other services like serving on the Yatra Committee and leading book distribution service for the ISKCON Chopati. He is a counselor, a mentor, and a guide to many devotees. He also travels internationally to countries in the African and Central American continents to spread the message of Krishna consciousness. And Prabhuji gives beautiful Bhagavatam classes. So over to you, Mataji, to welcome Prabhuji.
Yeah. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you so much for that brief introduction of today's speaker. Yeah, we will wait for Prabhuji to join. Is there anybody who would like to introduce themselves? They can go ahead and introduce. Yeah. Okay, if nobody want to introduce, I will start chanting. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Shama Gauri Mataji, you want to say something? You unmuted.
Yeah, Prabhuji, join in, yeah.
Okay. Hare
Join
Krishna,
in.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare. 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare. Okay, Baladev Prabhuji is joining. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, please accept our humble obeisances. Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for joining and giving your valuable time and association this morning and enlightening us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam. Prabhuji, are you ready? Hare Krishna, Baladev Prabhu. Yes, let's wait for a minute. Yeah. Hare Krishna, Baladev Prabhu, Dadavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for joining and giving your recitation after a long time. Welcome to the call. Today's verse is 7th canto, 4th chapter, 43 verse, Prabhuji. Over to you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, can you all hear me? Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Is it clear?
Yes, Prabhu, we can hear you clearly. Yes.
Thank you so much. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. Welcome to all the devotees for this Bhakti Sanga Bhagavatam class. We are continuing our discussion from the 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th chapter, 43rd verse. Very beautiful verse. Tasmin Mahabhagavate Mahabhage Mahatmani Hiranyakasipu Rajan Akarodagam Atmaje. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. My dear King Yudhishthir, the demon Hiranyakashipu tormented this exalted fortunate devotee, although Prahlad was his own son. Purpose. When a demon like Hiranyakashipu, despite his elevated position due to severe austerities, begins to tease a devotee, he begins falling down, and the results of his austerities dwindle. One who oppresses a pure devotee loses all the results of his austerities, penances, and pious activities. Since Hiranyakashipu was now inclined to chastise his most exalted devotee's son, Prahlad Maharaj, his opulences began dwindling. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya Deshatarine Vanchakalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for inviting me on this Bhakti Sangha platform and discussing and sharing of Srimad Bhagavatam. We are discussing about Yudhishthir Maharaj query to Narad Muni. What happened is, as we know from 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, has begun with Yudhishthir Maharaj opening his heart to Narad Muni about how he has a question about uh, how Lord can be partial to devotees and Lord be impartial. I mean, Lord is partial towards demons by killing them, and he shows kind of love and generosity towards his devotees. This kind of question maybe Yudhishthir Maharaj must have been come across while ruling his kingdom. However, being a great devotee, he always goes to his authority. And Narad Muni being a very great authority, Yudhishthir Maharaj put forward this very valuable question. And in that return, Narad Muni explains the philosophical discussion and bases an example that Shishupal was killed by Krishna, but it was Krishna's mercy. And in fact, Narad Muni takes Yudhishthir Maharaj to do a background of the whole story. And then Narad Muni tells on that how in previous lives Shishupal was also the Ravana and previously also Hiranyakasipu. So we get a complete picture. Then we see the whole story of how Krishna is always acting beneficially, whether it's for demons or for devotees. And then the whole 7th canto is very much geared upon discussing the beautiful pastimes of Prahlad Maharaj and the appearance of Lord Nrsimhadev. Now it's amazing. 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam is really amazing because if you analyze the whole 12 cantos of Srimad Bhagavatam, we'll see that 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam completely dedicates the whole canto towards Krishna's pastime, Vrindavan, Thura Dwarka, etc. etc. However, we should also know that the next canto or the canto which describes maximum about one particular incarnation is 7th canto. Throughout the 12 cantos of Srimad Bhagavatam, we find so many incarnations of Lord Krishna mentioned, Kapila Muni in 3rd canto, and so on and so forth. Then we have Varshuram, Lord Rama. We have so many different incarnations, Matsya Avatar, Vamana Avatar, and the different cantos mention about them. Some cantos mention 3 incarnations in one go, some mention just 1 incarnation for few chapters. But we realize 7th canto is completely dedicated to Nrsimhadev's pastimes in terms of the Leela of Nrsimhadev, the prelude to that Leela and post that Leela, the characteristics of the great devotee Prahlad Maharaj, and also the amazing terror which Hiranyakasipu had created, which had led to the appearance of Nrsimhadev. So Nrsimhadev pastimes are very, very important for us because the whole 7th canto is dedicated for Nrsimhadev's pastimes. Once someone asked Jananivas Prabhu that we have in our Mayapur temple Radha Madhav, and just in front of Radha Madhav we also have Nrsimhadev. So how do we analyze that? When there are different rasas here, Krishna and Radharani are playing flute and dancing in Raslila with the Ashtasakis, and there is Nrsimhadev, very ferocious form. So Jananivas made a very beautiful sing. He said that we all are devotees of Krishna, we all are devotees of Srimati Radharani. We worship them, but Krishna and Radharani are in Golok Vrindavan. And when we worship them, we require help. So the same Krishna appears in this world to help us to the form of Nrsimhadev. So Krishna has taken the whole system of helping, protection, and he appears in the form of Nrsimhadev. So Nrsimha Leela is all about only protecting his devotees. You will not find Nrsimhadev going around doing Sakyaras, Madhuryaras, Vatsalyaras. No, he is only one agenda. He comes to protect his devotees. So here is his beautiful pastime flowing here in Bhakti Sanga, the 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. And here we see Yudhishthir Maharaj has been the beautiful reply of Narad Muni mentions about how Hiranyakasipu was such a big demon, but what led to his downfall? What led to his downfall? And then what led to his downfall. In this seventh canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, there is one chapter which is entitled Hiranyakasipu terrorizes the whole universe. Now, this is I'm just imagining, it's not just few verses. An entire chapter, Srila Prabhupada is entitled with the idea of how Hiranyakasipu was really terrorizing everyone. This particular verse mentions the word Maha many times, right? Like we see here. Mahabhagavate, Mahabhage, Mahatmani, right? 3 times the word Maha is. So Mahabhagavate, Prahlad Maharaj is Mahabhagavat, also Yudhishthira Maharaj is Mahabhagavat. Mahabhage, they are the most fortunate. Then Mahatmani, the great, exalted Prahlad Maharaj. We need to know Hiranyakashipu also was Maha demon, Maha Asure. Because Hiranyakashipu was a demon who had not created terror in his kingdom, not created terror in the opposition kingdom, but created terror not in one planet but the whole universe. That shows his greatness, the might which Hiranyakashipu uh, carried. Ravana and Shishupal also created terror, but they were local terrorists or maybe on a planet, a few planets, or maybe few beings. But no one had terrorized the universe in terms of changing the systems. Ecosystems of the universe was changed by Hiranyakashipu at his whims. He would ask some tree to create an opposite fruit. A non-fruit bearing tree would create fruits. Seasons would change. Things, nature had to change because of the terror of Prahlad Maharaj. Terror of Hiranyakashipu. So Hiranyakashipu, such a big demon, how will he be defeated? And the clue is given in this verse. That Hiranyakashipu was a really great person. He had done so many austerities, unparalleled austerity, unparalleled penance. But the same Hiranyakashipu, because of his penance, became very proud. And because of his pride, he started offending devotees, especially when he offended Prahlad Maharaj, his own son. So all his penances, austerities, all came down and the degradation took place, and that was the beginning of his end. So this verse is a clue which through Narad Muni Yudhishthira Maharaj is getting of how Lord Vishnu also gave a hint to all demigods when they all rushed to Lord Vishnu to help to protect themselves from Hiranyakashipu's terror. And Lord Vishnu told them to wait patiently till Prahlad Maharaj is born and Hiranyakashipu actually offends Prahlad Maharaj. So we see here from this verse, penance, this word penance is very important here. Penance leads to elevation. You have seen so many great rishis, they have gone to forest and in Satya, Treta and Dwapar Yuga and prayed and meditated on Lord. And in turn, after their great meditation for thousands of years, they got chance to see the Lord and got fulfillment of their benedictions or their boons. So eventually we see that how when people go for penances, they get elevated in their consciousness. We find an example of Dhruv Maharaj. He had gone for a particular wish that he wants a kingdom greater than his great grandfather. But the solution offered by Narad Muni was a very purifying solution. Go to Madhuvan and do tapas, do penances. And Dhruva Maharaj had done a very intense penance. The Satyuga time, he could have done penance for thousands of years. But his penance was so intense, in 6 months, he got the fruit of what anyone could do for 10,000 years, more than 10,000 years. So Dhruva Maharaj, and then we see that how there's transformation in the life of Dhruva Maharaj. He didn't want to ask anything from Lord. He was satisfied getting the darshan of the Lord. So penance leads to elevation. There's so many great rishis and mahamunis who did penance and became great devotees. Vasishtha Muni, and then we have Agastha Rishi, even great Raja Rishis. They did penance. We have Prachetas who were informed by Prachini Bharishad, their father, that you are going to become king, the rulers. You need to be Raja Rishi. Before become Raja, you need to be Rishi. So they went and did penance in the waters, and Lord Shiva gave them beautiful Krishna conscious instructions, by which they become pure devotees. So you find it was a great norm that time that devotees had to go penances and purify themselves and elevate themselves. So penance leads to elevation. The opposite of penance is also mentioned here, offenses. Offenses lead to downfall or degradation. So you find that penances, when we do penances in our Krishna consciousness, it elevates us. But however, if we are not careful about offenses, then even after elevation, there is a chance that we may come down or degrade more than where we are, downfall into lower stratums. So in our Krishna consciousness, therefore, a very important quality is emphasized a lot, that is humility. Tranadapi suni chena taror api sahishnunam avani ramanadena kirtaniya sada hari. So the most important thing is we need to do penance or austerity, but that should be combined with humility. And when we do that, then that leads to elevation. So elevation is not just a penance, but penance should be accompanied by humility. So we can see that if there is no humility, the penance may lead to pride, opposite of that. Sometimes we do some penance in Krishna consciousness, some tapa, some fasting, and we see that we become proud of that fasting, right? But if we are humbled, if we are very humble, then that penance will actually elevate us. We may do bigger penances, we may be very austere, but yet we would feel that we are very fallen, and therefore I have to do penance. So in that mood, a person is always very much apt for further progress in Krishna consciousness. In the Srimad Bhagavatam and other elsewhere scriptures, you find so many people did penances, but that penance led to pride, and that pride led to offenses and downfall. One example is that of Suabari rishi. Suabari Muni was in Vrindavan, in Yamuna, and in Yamuna, inside Yamuna, he was doing penance. We all aspire to go to Vrindavan and take bath one deep in Yamuna, and he was here inside Yamuna. Yamuna is the internal potency of Krishna, and Suabari Muni was inside Yamuna for thousands of years doing tapasya penance. You can imagine how purified he would have become. But one issue was that Suabari Muni became a little proud of his penances, and he felt that he is the one who is going to help everyone around him, and he became the Messiah, a self-acclaimed Messiah for the fish in the Yamuna. And because Garuda would come regularly for his particular diet arrangement to take those fishes, and Suabari Muni became very unhappy. Hey, why fishes? Fishes are endangered. Why they should be taken by Garuda? Who is he? So he, in one sense, became very thought himself that he's very important person. He could instruct Garuda not to do this or to do that. So he tried to stop Garuda, and when Garuda did not withhold his instructions, then he cursed Garuda that you could not come here. I curse you that you will die here. Come here. So Suabari Muni's penance, the humility was not there, so led to pride, and pride led to offenses. As a result of that, the very fish for whom he had cursed the Garuda Muni, Garuda Rishi, Garudaji, the same fishes became the cause of his downfall. Because when he saw two fishes coming together in copulation, then he became agitated. And he came out of Yamuna, and then he went on to marry so many queens, so many princesses of a particular king, Magdhata. So we find Suabari Muni's penance was disrupted. His elevation led to a downfall because of the offense to Garuda. Of course, later Suabari Muni came to his senses. He went through that whole ordeal of enjoyment, and he realized where I have landed. I was not supposed to do all this. And then he understood that he had offended Garudaji. So he came back to Vrindavan and sat near Yamuna this time again and did penances. And then eventually he perfected his life and went back home back to God. So very close to a Krishna Balram temple in ISKCON Vrindavan, there is one place very close by, around 2-3 kilometers away, back side of the Krishna Balram temple towards the left side, where is a place called Suabari Muni's ashram, and they have made a very beautiful setting there, a small ashram there, beautiful deity of Suabari Muni doing tapasya, a small pond with Yamuna water in that, mentioning that this is a place that Suabari Muni came back again for a second chance, and this time made sure that his penance should be with humility and not offend any devotees. And then he perfected his life and went from that place back home, back to Golok Vrindavan. So that is Suabari Muni's example. One more example is of Durvasa Muni. He is a great tapasvi, such a great parent. Many people offer him obeisances. They are afraid of him. Such majestic personality. So Durvasa Muni also, because of his penance, lost a bit of humility. And as a result of that, he offended Ambarish Maharaj. So he offended Ambarish Maharaj. Ambarish Maharaj was very humble. He never considered that Durvasa Muni has offended him and troubled him. He always felt that he has to improve his own self. But Ambarish Maharaj was protected by Lord himself through his Sudarshan Chakra. And the Sudarshan Chakra could not bear the insult of Ambarish Maharaj for no solid reason of that. And as a result of Sudarshan Chakra chased Durvasa Muni, and Durvasa Muni had to go everywhere, helter skelter. He went to all lokas, took help and sought shelter of all these great demigods like Brahma, Shiva, etc., etc. But no one could help him, and everyone told him very straight, "We can't help you. The only person who can help you is Lord Narayan, because that's Narayan Chakra." So then Durvasa Muni came to his senses and he went to Vaikuntha and he for uh, asked for he asked pardon from Lord Narayan for having offended Ambarish Maharaj. Lord Narayan said, "I can't help you. You have offended my devotee. You have to go to my devotee and take shelter of him." So Durvasa Muni, after a year-long journey, came back to Ambarish Maharaj and fell flat at the feet of Ambarish Maharaj, humbled himself. And Ambarish Maharaj was waiting there for 1 year, waiting when Durvasa Muni come back. And I would tell him, "Please forgive me, please come down, I will put nice prasadam for you, now eat." So, Ambarish Maharaj in this way welcomed back Durvasa Muni. Did not even think in his mind that Durvasa has offended Ambarish. So this is the greatness of a devotee. Who is Ambarish Maharaj was also known for his austerities, but his austerity was combined with humility. Whereas Durvasa Muni in the initial stage, you see that how he was doing penance and austerity, great rishi, great sage, but also was affected by the element of pride. And as a result, later in Dwapar Yuga, when Durvasa Muni was sent by Duryodhan to the house of Kutir, the small hatched hut of the five Pandavas and Draupadi when they were exiled in the forest. So he went with 50,000, some said 20,000, some said 50,000 disciples of him for prasadam. And Draupadi had got Akshay Patra vessel from which she could create a huge number of prasadam for everyone. But once she eats, then that day Akshay Patra will not work. Then Akshay Patra will start doing the job of giving food the next day. And Draupadi had already eaten and Durvasa Muni had come there. To cut the whole story short, then Yudhishthira Maharaj told Durvasa Muni, "Please go and take bath in the river with all the disciples, get fresh, and I'll keep the whole feast ready." So Durvasa Muni was excited and he went and took bath. Meanwhile, Krishna came and he said, "I am hungry." And then looked for one speck of rice in the vessel of Akshapatra and he took it and ate it. As soon as he ate it, because Yasmin Tushte, Jagat Tushte, Krishna became happy, satisfied. Immediately Durvasa Muni and all his disciples started belching. And they were like, "Oh, it's already, like someone has already eaten the feast." And then Krishna said, "Bhima, please go and call Durvasa Muni." So Bhimsen was calling, "Durvasa Muni, please come, prasad is ready, it's hot prasadam, please come and take." And Durvasa Muni remembered, "Oh, long back, I offended because of prasad, I offended Ambarish Maharaj. And now again prasad, if I go, and if I cannot eat because I'm full now, then what will happen? Again offense will happen." So before Bhima could reach that river bed, Durvasa Muni, with whatever things he could carry, get hold of, with his disciples, all ran away from that place. And Bhima was wondering what's happening, why they're running away. So we find the same thing, that how Durvasa Muni remembered the past of having offended Ambarish Maharaj and had to go for the whole year cycling, running around, as Sudarshan Chakra was following. So these are examples which you see in our life. Srimad Bhagavatam scriptures, elsewhere also, that how two great sages who had a lot of penances and austerities to their credit, yet because of their offense to a devotee, they got degraded from their elevated position, then they have to get humbled down. So, I was recently listening to an old lecture of His Holiness Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj, who very many years back departed. Very humble and great sannyasi guru. He had served Prabhupada mission so beautifully, so wonderfully. He made a beautiful samadhi of Mahavishnu Maharaj in Rajkot, Gujarat. So Maharaj is mentioning this important point of penance. So he said that actually every age we see devotees, great rishis performing penance. So down the line when Satya transfers to Dwapara, Treta and finally comes to Kali Yuga, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu mentions that the greatest penance for us is to chant the holy names of Lord Hari. That is the greatest penance. So Mahavishnu Maharaj mentions that Prabhupada knows all of us. He knows our ins and outs, our frailties, our weaknesses, our strength. And so Prabhupada has prescribed the only penance for people in this age of Kali is to chant 16 rounds of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. If they do that, that's enough. A penance which they have to do for whole life. Just like when we take initiation, we take a vow in front of Guru and Vaishnavas and the deities. They have to chant 16 rounds minimum the Hare Krishna Mahamantra throughout my life. That's a big penance. It's a big vow. It's not ordinary thing. It's not just for a few days or few months or few years, but a whole lifetime. We take small penance of not eating food or not taking water for a day, maybe cutting down a sweet for a month or two. But that is like a temporary thing, maybe a year, not even a year, sometimes few months or few days. But this is a Mahapenance. 16 rounds in the Hare Krishna mantra, day in and day out throughout our life. So Mahavishnu Maharaj mentioned Prabhupada has given us the greatest Mahapenance which we have to follow throughout our life, that is chanting 16 rounds of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And then he was mentioning another penance which the Prabhupada has given is, he has created the society of devotees called ISKCON. And in that society of devotees, we have to keep coming and rendering service. That's also penance. That's also an austerity. Why austerity? Because we have our own mindset. We have a particular way of thinking. So when you come to association of devotees, we see multiple mindsets, multiple way of people thinking. And with them, we have to cajole, we have to gel together and execute a service. That's also great penance. Therefore, association of devotees and chanting of 16 rounds of Hare Krishna mantra, which is our regular quota of bhakti, is not an ordinary thing. It's a very maha big penance which we are doing every single day of our life. And that's very big for us in Kali Yuga as compared to thousands of years of austerities in previous ages. So why this association of devotees and chanting was emphasized by Srila Prabhupada? So I was hearing a lecture, one devotee was mentioning very beautifully. Srila Prabhupada has given us A, B, C, D. A is for association, B is for books, reading of Prabhupada books, C is for chanting, and D is for diet. And he was mentioning a very beautiful connection with Sanskrit. He also mentioned that A also means Ahankara Shuddhi. B also means Bhuta Shuddhi. C also means Chitta Shuddhi. And D is Deha Shuddhi. So Ahankara, when we associate with devotees, A, it leads to A, Ahankara Shuddhi. We come in detail, we'll explain one by one all those things. B is books. So books lead to Bhuta Shuddhi. C is Chitta, or C is also chanting. By chanting our consciousness purified Chitta Shuddhi. And D is diet. Prasad. When we take prasad, then diet leads to Deha Shuddhi. So we find here this one thing which we are now discussing as penance is chanting, and the next is association. So why association is very, very important in Krishna consciousness? Because association of devotees lead to ahankara shuddhi. It purifies our false ego. We all have our false ego. We all have our attachments. We all have our own thinking ideologies. But when you come in association of devotees, sometimes we have to adjust. Not everything will work as I wish. not every ideas of mine will be encouraged or emphasized or even accepted. So it needs to have balance. The place where everything we say is accepted, there is a chance in that place our false ego may grow, and we may think we are the controller. Everything what has happened in this place is because of my contribution, my ideas. But in Krishna consciousness, it's a voluntary organization. We're all wonderful devotees from different backgrounds, different professions and academics and work. They all come, they're all very astute in their profession, in their work field. They all come together. When you all come together, when people are all in a voluntary organization, then we see that in that case, there is always a chance of our ideas not getting accepted or other ideas are more better than us. So in that association, our false ego gets nicely polished and we have to accept and we have to adjust, and that leads to a little bit of a difficulty for our ego. But by just being association of devotees, our ego is purified. And therefore, A is association leads to A, ahankara shuddhi. C is chanting leads to chitta shuddhi. Cheto darpana marjanam bhava mahadavagni. Chanting leads to cheto darpana. Chitta, consciousness is purified. So let's go deep, little bit into association of devotees. You find here in this purport and also in translation is mentioned that Hiranyakasipu got association of Prahlad Maharaj as his son, but instead of associating with him, he offended him. As a result, even though he was a very big person, Maha Asura, he became actually because of this Mahasura, he got a Maha false ego. And because of Maha false ego, he offended Maha Bhagavat Prahlad Maharaj. And then what happened? He was killed by Narsimha. So I remember one beautiful story from the from beautiful dhams in India. One dham is Udupi. So there, Lord Shri Krishna, Sripad Madhvacharya, he worshipped Lord Shri Krishna there. And Sripad Madhvacharya's deities are being worshipped there for at least 800, 900 years in Udupi with beautiful system of deity worship. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has picked up from Madhva Sampradaya this one element of beautiful systematic deity worship, which we have been implementing in ISKCON as well. So there are many wonderful devotees post the era of Madhvacharya who performed great devotion to Udupi Shri Krishna. One devotee who had come from a very low background, at time the system was very strong in the caste era, and this was Kanakadas. So Kanakadas was not being very much appreciated by his fellow devotees who were in the same matha of his guru. But his guru Vyasatirtha appreciated Kanakadas. In fact, it is mentioned that Vyasatirtha would always give special or rather prerogatives and also accept many ideas of Kanakadas. But the other disciples were not very happy with that. They were thinking, why our Guru Maharaj is spending time with this low-born person? We are born in a very rich, very elevated caste system, so he should also give time to us, even also take our advice. But they were seeing, all the disciples were seeing the angle of material vision. So one day, Vyasatirtha was sitting down in the dais, and he was addressing all his students. And then he said that we all have to go one day back home, back to world. So he asked each of his students, when you will go back to world? This question. Just imagine a spiritual master is asking a disciple, when you go back to world? So disciples will be confused, or they were thinking back to world, we are not sure. Someone said, Guru Maharaj, we don't know when. Someone said, Guru Maharaj, by your mercy, we will go. Whenever you take us, we will go. So all these answers everyone was giving. Finally, Vyasatirtha asked Kanakadas, when you will go back to world? And he said very wonderfully answered, I will go when I go. I will go when I go. So everyone's confused. What kind of English is this? Isn't it? I will go when I go. So Vyasdev smiled. And then he said, okay, Kanakadas, when will your spiritual master Vyasatirtha go back to world? And Kanakadas said, you will go when I go. You will go when I go. All the disciples furious. This person is saying that when he goes, spiritual master then after that will go. So they are very disturbed. Vyasdev smiled and said, Kanadas, can you just explain both the statements? That I will go when I go, you will go when I go. So Kanadas said, when I say when I go, I means ego. Because when we use the word I a lot, that means we become very egoistic. Right? Maine kiya, I have done it, me. So that's a sign of ego. Generally, people in the outside world always use the word I a lot, but in devotee circle we use the word we. That not me alone, everyone, and we are doing it on the basis of the mercy of Krishna. Krishna's mercy, Krishna's mercy. Whatever we are doing is Krishna's. So Kanakadas said that I represents ego. So I will go. He said I, Kanakadas will go when I go. That means when my ego has gone away completely. And Guru Maharaj for you also, you will go when I go. When the ego is already gone, disappeared, the real ego of being servant of servant comes. So Vyasa is then in this way he educated all his other disciples that see what the level of consciousness this Kanakadas carries. So in association, when we come, then what happens? Our ego is pulverized sometimes. Our ego goes through a lot of transformation and adjustments, and that's good for developing humility. And therefore, many times we see people when they come to Krishna consciousness, everything is going good, and suddenly they get a very, sometimes they get very uh, bundled out with some devotee's behavior or the way they talk to him, or they didn't invite him for a program, and they feel, oh, they didn't invite me, they invited everyone. Oh, they didn't, they served everyone prasadam, but I did not get one item. Or some small matters like that, people stop coming to temple, right? I remember recently we had a beautiful yatra in Jagannath Puri with Radhanath Maharaj. And one satsang program, two devotees came together, they arranged a travel from their own local place to Jagannath Puri. It was all very nicely managed. So they came to Yatra. Generally, we see that people come to Yatra, they become very fixed up and they go out back to their own places with lot of more realization and commitment in Krishna consciousness. But when I saw that after the Yatra, this one couple stopped coming to program, I was wondering they should become they should become more attentive in chanting. They should be more regular in program. Why they stopped coming? The reason was that they were not happy with the arrangements made by local group traveling from their program, from their homes, the center, to the yatra. They were thinking they were discriminating. Devotees are discriminating. They didn't offer us prasad on time and this and that. We paid money and all that. Okay. So then I understood that this idea that I am giving some money, so I deserve something. I am in Krishna consciousness. I deserve something. So that fact is because of the ego in our heart. Actually, we don't deserve anything. So the I is very prominent, and that I leads to problems in Krishna consciousness in trying to open up with devotees, become friends with them. Because why should I become friend with them? They should become friend with me. I am such an important person. So many times we don't open up with devotees. Many times we don't take shelter of devotees. Many times we don't open our doubts and our frailties, our weaknesses with someone who is senior to us. This is because we are uh, very much deeply drowning in the ocean of I, ego. Because material world has trained us for so many years that it is you who has become, who, by your own might, by your power, you are successful. Uh, Everyone just helped you a little, but it was you, self-confidence. You are, you are the great person. So with that training which you have got in our school or academics or in our workplace, and then you enter Krishna consciousness, it's very difficult to humble down. But if you want to humble down, the only way is keep coming in association of devotees, because association leads to ahankara shuddhi. And then whatever we do chanting, whatever we do services in Krishna consciousness, all this penance will bear fruit if it is coated with humility. And then we'll see that realizations will dawn upon us. We'll read Bhagavatam and we'll be able to understand Srimad Bhagavatam. Like one devotee was mentioning very beautiful point. Srimad Bhagavatam is like it's like a audio, is also like video, and also like a unknown format. Like sometimes you get a file and you start playing in the computer. And immediately, if you are a good player, let's say VLC player, the file opens up a video and audio. Sometimes you may not have a VLC player, you may have an audio player. So the video file is there, but you open it and it only plays audio because you don't have audio or video player, you have only audio player. And sometimes you don't have a player. So you click the button and said, this clip or this cutting is not supported format on your computer. That means you don't have a device to open that thing. Srimad Bhagavatam is also like a beautiful file. And for Mayavadis who don't have access to Krishna, they keep opening that file and they will read the thing, but they don't get any realization. They don't understand anything, and they make a wrong understanding of Krishna consciousness. Like Bhagavatam, they look for verses which is mentioning about Nirakar. Can you imagine how rare those verses will be there? How the verses may have connection and actually prove that Lord has a form. So for Mayavadi, it is an unsupported format. For those who are practicing Krishna consciousness and sadhana bhakti, for them, Bhagavatam is like a audio device which they have. So click the Bhagavatam, then they understand Bhagavatam, they are able to grasp Bhagavatam, but it's only audio file. But those who are Mahabhagavats, those who are very realized in Krishna consciousness, when they open Bhagavatam, they click the VLC player. Both video and audio, they actually are able to see the entire pastime unfolding in front of them. Recently, I was in South India, in Trichy, Tiruchirappalli, Srirangam. So one devotee took me to a temple nearby in the neighboring city. And there he said, this degradation, he said, this is a very holy place. Sripad Ramanujacharya came here. And this place is called as Damodar Stali. Damodar Stali. This is the place where Lord showed Damodar form. Lord showed in Vrindavan to Yashoda Mata. So how can you say it in South India there is Damodar Stali? And devotee told me, actually Damodar Stalam originally is Vrindavan. But there was a great rishi whose name was Vasishta Rishi. He sat in penance at this place and he had heard about Damodar Leela. He was fascinated with the idea that he needs to see this Leela. So here while sitting, he offered penances, austerities, and he prayed intensely to Lord Damodar, please appear in front of me, this beautiful form of Damodar, and show your pastime. So Lord, for his pleasure, appeared in that area as Damodar. And instead of Yashoda Mata running after Damodar, it was Vasishta Muni was running after Damodar. And finally Vasishta Muni caught Damodar and tied him to a tree. So because this unique pastime of Vrindavan happened in the South India area, so therefore this is also called as Damodar Staram. So here we can see Vasishta Muni was seeing a video file opening. We're actually able to appreciate all this Bhagavatam. So we see that how when we come in association of devotees and when we get purified, when we start developing inner consciousness based on humility, then the whole spiritual world, the whole Bhagavatam manifests in front of us through books, through our gurus, the deities we see regularly, through Srimad Bhagavatam hearing. So the only way of progress in this age of Kali is to come in association of devotees and to hear Srimad Bhagavatam, to hear about devotees' greatness. And through that hearing, Shravanam, then we also improve our Kirtanam. Shravanam, Kirtanam, we improve our Vishnu Smaranam, we improve our Pada Sevanam, Archanam. Everything improves in Krishna consciousness when we come in association of devotees and hear Krishna consciousness. Okay, so time is up. I'll just take 2 minutes before I end up and close this topic here. So I was discussing about how hearing in association of devotees leads to humility, so that whatever penance we perform in Krishna consciousness bears fruit. It doesn't lead to pride and downfall, but it leads to elevation in Krishna consciousness. So while we're discussing about Shravanam, I heard a very beautiful thing that how Shravanam is very important. Shravanam leads to proper balance in Krishna consciousness. By Shravanam, even the services which we do in Krishna consciousness also gets wonderful meaning. Generally, what happens, many devotees, they keep on doing service, service, and service. Throughout many years, they perform service. And that's very nice. We need devotees who can serve. But such devotees and all of us should also do Shravanam and also Seva. Because by Shravanam, our Seva will be more better quality. Else, otherwise, what happens? We'll keep serving. One fine day, you'll think, I've served for 10 years. No one did service like me. I was alone. I did everything. And now no one is helping me. What is this? So we'll become annoyed and we'll become too much, have a little bad feeling about devotees. Or sometimes devotees will feel, like for example, some brahmachari feel, I am a brahmachari, but they just took so much service from me, this temple wala, this manager, president, and they treated me not a brahmachari, but as a karmachari. Right? Everything like that. Or a grahastha thing, I was going temple regularly, serving, and no one cared for me. And I am not a grahastha, I am a grasta. Grasta means caught up by the crocodile clutches of Siva. Such kind of things may creep in our mind after years of Siva. So to keep our Seva enlivened, enlightened, and fresh, and do more Seva, we need to do good Shravanam. That will balance our Seva. Good Shravanam will also lead to good chanting. In fact, chanting also is based on how nicely one hears the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. So we see that how Krishna consciousness is well connected to each other. So we have our own penances, and we need to be very careful of offenses like which Hiranyakasipu did and had a downfall. Instead of that, we should be very much careful not to offense. But that's only possible if we develop humility, and humility is possible when our ego goes down, and that's possible in association of devotees. When association of devotees come together in here and enhance the other 8 processes of devotional service. Hare Krishna. So, Randy, thank you so much for joining today. Any comments or any corrections or any questions?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam to you and all assembled devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Very beautiful class, Prabhuji. No corrections at all. Actually, you have corrected many of us with the beautiful class, Prabhuji. From Grasta to Grasta. Very beautiful class, Prabhu. Amazing class. Amazing examples of Suabari Rishi ji, Durvasa Rishi ji. Very much connected to your message that you tried to give, Prabhu. Very amazing class, Prabhu. And I loved the ABCD of that you explained us. And I love that particular katha where when I is gone, I is gone. And I was Prabhuji laughing. You know, Prabhu, I grew up in Italy, Italiano. And Prabhu, in Italy, now I live in Canada. And in Italy, Prabhuji, actually what we say in English is pronounced as E. So their English is A, B, C, D, A, E. So I was thinking in Italy, actually it's ego. Not even
Yes,
ego.
right.
Very, very beautiful class, Prabhu. Such amazing examples and so much connected to your message. It was very clear, Prabhuji, very clear. Beautiful, Prabhuji. And you beautifully
Thank you.
explained why association is there. Like your method of explaining was very, I would say, bold but very clear. Very clear message why association is important. Then it's not I, but it's then we. We in association of under guidance of Srila Prabhupada can grow. Very beautiful message, Prabhu. Just so amazing class. Prabhuji, I already see some hands raised. If you have a few minutes, Prabhuji, we will go to the question answer session, please.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you. Prabhu,
Thank
first
you. You
of all,
also give nice. You heard nicely and you give nice explanation. Looks like
no,
you are
Prabhu,
a
I
good
don't hear
speaker.
nicely. I just get some points and speak in the end. Oh, Prabhu, I wish I was a nice listener, Prabhuji. I wish, as you said in the last, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Pada, Sevanam. Even my first one was good, Prabhu. I have nothing good. So may Srila Prabhupada bless me, Prabhu. I
Hare
am
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Prabhuji will go to our Sukakara Krishna Prabhuji, who is very amazing devotee. His skills are amazing, listening skills. Now you will see, Prabhu. He asked a beautiful question. Hare Krishna, my dear.
I remember both of you very well. Last, whenever I give class, as many class I gave, I always found Sukakara Krishna Prabhu always asking a question.
He's always.
And he knows he will ask me a very simple question because he's a very simple devotee.
Very beautiful. We are very blessed to have him, Prabhuji, with us.
Hare Krishna,
Yes,
Baladev Prabhu, thank you for giving me a chance to ask the question. And Baladev Prabhu, nice to see you back again because you are such a wonderful devotee. So, what you are telling about the whole thing is, I think the whole problem is because of the mind. I was hearing one lecture from Krishna Dhan Prabhu, your godbrother or another disciple. He told that Rukmani wanted to marry Krishna just by listening to the katha from a Brahmana. Not even seen, she told Bhuvana Sundara. And her brother Rukmi wanted her to marry Shishupal because Shishupal is a good friend of Jarasandha. So just to become the friendship of Jarasandha, he wanted to put his sister to marry Shishupal. But there the example he gave was Rukmini is the Jivatma and Krishna is Bhagavan Paramatma and Rukmi is the mind and Shishupal is the Maya Sanskar. So Rukmini controlled the mind and went to the Lord. It was a very good example I wanted to just share. And again, because whenever you tell something, I can relate. Don't feel I'm wasting your time. Another one was your Krishnadan Prabhu told, you should be a simple devotee. I'm not simple, but simple should be the devotee. Then what happens? To become simple, S for self-control, like Dhruva, you should be self-content. You should be happy. And I means no I. I should be out in our life. I out and you should come. I and me out. And M means modest. Very namrata bhav and vinamrata. And P means patient, dhairya, sahanshilta. L means listen to others and take all the advices. E means energy of the Lord will come. Simple. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you very much. Wonderful.
W for wonderful, as Prabhuji said. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Beautiful comments. Please stay with us, Prabhu, always. Prabhuji, now we have our Anita Mataji all the way from UAE. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Baladev Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam. Very nice class, Prabhuji. So you explained so well with all the katha.
Yes.
And our question is like you were saying, the disciple Kanakatas. So his guru is who you told. That is my first question, and the other one is what he told that you go when I go. That I didn't understand, Prabhu.
Okay. So his guru was Vyasa Tirtha.
Okay.
Vyasa Tirtha is one of the, in the parampara of Madhvacharya, his name becomes Vyasa Tirtha. And his guru asked him, when will you go back to Godhead? So he said, I will go when I go.
Yeah.
You understood that part? I will go when I go.
Yes, Prabhu. That I got it. Yeah.
Okay.
I will
for
go
his Guru
means
Maharaj, I will go when
I
ego
go.
will go. I is ego. I means ego. We say I, mera. We use the word I a lot. Okay. So I will go when I go. So the second I represents ego. And the first I represents me, myself. So I will go, that means Baladev Das will go when I go, when my I, the ego goes away first.
Okay.
Similarly for anyone. So let's say Anita Mataji, when will Anita Mataji go back to Word? I'm just trying to explain that whole thing. I'm not talking to you now, but just this question has come from you. So let's say like instead of saying Vyasa, when Anita Mataji will go back to Word, Anita Mataji will go when I go. Again the I will come. So the aham has to go first. Ego has to go first. Not that ego has to go back to Word, the ego has to go away first. And then it clears the path, then we go back to Word.
Okay, so the second part also is the I represents that it says
Ego.
the ego
Ego.
only. So in that
Yes.
case, Kanakadas has told to his Guru Maharaj also, where you will go when I go. So that I represents the ego of the Guru Maharaj, like that.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay, okay. Okay, Prabhu. Thank you so much. So very nicely explained about the association of devotees. Yes, how we have to tolerate A for association of devotees, and for that you said that what is that point? Ahankar.
Ahankara Shuddhi. Ahankara Shuddhi.
Ahankara Shuddhi.
Shuddhi means
Yeah, that is
purification.
perfect. Yeah, that is perfect. That has to be there. So when we come in association of devotees, somewhere I'm saying about myself, it's like okay, we have that conscious that I should not do Vaishnava Parat. I should be conscious about it, and I will put down myself, and we'll be pretending to be good. So because I'm in my case, it's happening as a duality. Like in association of devotees, it's okay, fine. I will go overall with everyone. It's good. But when we come to home or when it is with our relatives or something like that, the true nature is coming out. So that how can we understand that, Prabhuji?
So
Why
our
is
true
it?
nature also, yeah, our true nature is also not our true nature, right? There is something as north,
Prabhu muted. Yeah.
something called as north, and something called as true north. So our true nature now is not true nature; it's a false nature. It is a perverted nature. Our true nature is we are all devotees, no? Which we have Jive Swarup Hoy Nitya or Krishna Das, right?
Nityadas.
Our true nature, and we are a little away from our true nature now, but we are on the right direction. We are going. Prabhupada said we are like the green mango on the tree. As long as we are on the tree, then the green will become an yellow, succulent, very tasty mango. So right now we are now got attached to the parampara, and we are now the green mango. We are in work in progress. We are all work in progress. But some people are their work is progress is for few years. For some people, the work in progress is for few 100 years, and for few like me, it's like few lifetimes. But we are working. But we should not. But there is no other way. The only way is we progress faster. But to stop the progress and leave the tree, go away from there, it will stop the progress, or it will take us away from the progress. Whatever we have done will be like for then we have to wait for another chance to come like that. So we should always consciously work on that part of improving on our own self. We need to always improve on our own self. In fact, we are the best people. Who the best person to know us is us only. We know for so many years we are on in this body, on this planet Earth, in this body, and we know where our weaknesses are and what is our strength, right? So wherever because we keep getting feedback from other devotees, from family members, where we fall short, very lose our temper and all. So we should be very much careful on those parts. Sometimes you may slip, it's okay, but we should not be very kind of, no, I know what can I do, this is what I am, please accept me as it is. No, you should not think like that. One should never feel that people should accept me with their weakness. You should never feel like that, because in that case we'll not improve. If they accept us with our weakness, that is their greatness. But we should not expect that they should accept me with my weakness. We should always try to improve on it. So wherever our weakness or place where we always fall short, we should try to be very careful in those regions. Just like, for example, when driving in a car or a bike, it's a raining season, then we are very careful while driving. In the dry season, we drive very fast, but in the rainy season, we are very careful. If some water is there, we slow down the vehicle because our tires may slip. Just giving a mundane example. Similarly, the place where we come across a stage or a situation in our life where we see that's a weak point of us, we should be careful driving the vehicle, careful driving our Krishna consciousness. Try to avoid that situation. So in this way, even though we may not be 100% effective, but at least we have started a work in that line. And Krishna is watching us. Krishna is watching us, and we should also pray to Guru for help. I was recently hearing a beautiful clip. I don't know whether you got it. It's a viral clip of Bhakti Damodar Maharaj saying how you can connect with your Guru. He said connection with Guru is not just physical. but we have our mind, we have our words. With words we can pray to Guru. With mind we can think about Guru's mission. And in this we can connect to Guru. So we can also connect to Guru wherever he is, wherever we are, and pray to him for help, take his shelter, and we'll get help. Krishna will help us. Krishna is saying, Krishna is always there in our hearts. Krishna is always help us. In fact, Krishna is only helping us. Only thing that we take time to realize that help. Krishna will help us. So we all have a very bright future in ISKCON and Prabhupada's vision. And we should tap on that. And whatever mistakes we make, we try to rectify it and keep going ahead. And one day we will be able to make it. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you so much, Prabhu. So the duality, even if it is there, we have to keep on going. So one day it will be corrected. So that's how I understood. So let me implement, try to implement it, Prabhuji, with your blessings. Please pray for me, Prabhu.
We are all blessed by Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj, so don't worry. If you get a lot of blessings, you share with us also. In case extra blessings you get. So there's a question which came on the chat, if I'm okay, I'm answering. So A is Ahankara Shuddhi for association. B is, okay, I mentioned Bhuta Shuddhi. Actually, B means Buddhi Shuddhi. I'm just correcting myself. B means Buddhi, intelligence. Our intelligence gets Shuddhi, purified by reading Prabhupada books. C is Chitta. Chitta means consciousness. Chitta Shuddhi by chanting. And D is Deha Shuddhi. Deha means body. Our body gets purified when we take sattvic ahar. Then the body is in mode of goodness. Our mind is in the mode of goodness. Activities are in mode of goodness. So by taking prasadam, sattvic ahar, then our deha gets Shuddhi. So Ahankara Shuddhi, Buddhi Shuddhi, Chitta Shuddhi, and Deha Shuddhi. Vis-a-vis association, books, chanting, and diet. Hare Krishna. So anyone who has written that on chat, they can note it down and also, if okay. Yeah, thank you, Ska. Good.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you for explaining all of them. So, dear devotees, there was another hand raised, Prabhuji. I don't know, the devotee, maybe his question or her question was answered. So the hand is not raised anymore.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Can I, if Prabhuji is having time, can I ask a question, Prabhu? Like last you were saying, like about Chitta Shuddhi and Buddhi Shuddhi, right? So what is the difference between both, Prabhu?
Deha means body, right? And Chitta means consciousness.
Buddhi Shuddhi. Yeah, Buddhi Shuddhi and Chitta Shuddhi, you were saying.
Yeah, Chitta is consciousness. And Buddhi is intelligence.
Intelligence, okay. Okay, Prabhu.
Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Buddhi is what I don't have.
Even I also, Prabhu.
No, it's only me. Hari bol, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. Prabhuji, I think Shama Gauri Mataji has to say something too.
Okay,
Hare Krishna,
so
Shama Gauri Mataji.
We'll end with Shama Gauri Mataji's comments.
Okay, Prabhuji. Okay. I think she usually is busy, so she might have been doing something else. So, dear devotees, if anybody has any more questions or realization, this is the last second. You can come and express yourself, please. Hare Krishna, Dhir Govinda Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Prabhuji, I just want to say the class was so amazing. And I learned so much, and I hope I can implement a little bit of this and make some progress. So I'm requesting blessings from all of you. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, dear Govinda Prabhuji. We need your blessings. Please bless me so I can do my bhajan properly. So, dear devotees, if nobody has any other questions or comments, we will end the class here. Let us pay our obeisances to Prabhuji and all the assembled devotees on the call. Vancha
kalpatarudaksha Kripa sindhubhyeva patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.
Srila Prabhupada ji ki jai. Very dear His Graceful Prabhuji ki jai.
Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.